Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Well, Jell-O again, an episode of the Jack Benny program. Of course, at this point in time, it was not Jell-O that sponsored them, but Lucky Strike cigarettes. We don't talk about that. But this episode from May 1st, 1955, just a few weeks away from the end of the radio version of the Jack Benny program, it seems Rochester has found some love letters.
The Jack Benny program, transcribed. Starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack Benny does his last television show of the season. But meanwhile, let's go back to yesterday. It's spring again. And as we take you out to Jack's home in Beverly Hills, we find Rochester up in the attic, busy with the spring cleaning.
Well, I got all the magazines stacked up. Now I'll move this box over and... Hello, what's this? I never saw these before. A bundle of Mr. Benny's old love letters. I wonder if I should... No, I'd be a heel if I read them. But nobody would know I'm a heel but me, and I ain't gonna tell anybody. I think I'll open this pink one first. Well, look at this. My darling Blossom boy. I've been thinking of you all day. I still thrill to the memory of how you said goodnight to me and crushed me in your powerful arms. Powerful arms. That can't be the boss. I know how excited you must be about having been elected captain of our school football team. But I can't get over your reluctance to talk about it. You're so modest. Modest? That can't be the boss. We sure had fun celebrating your election at the ice cream parlor. And wasn't it lucky I had my purse when you discovered you forgot your money? That's my boy. Thank you for inviting me to go to the junior prom with you on Friday night. But I'd better meet you on the corner. You see, Daddy is very angry with you, and in a way I don't blame him. I know that business is business, but why did you have to foreclose on our house? And another thing...
Oh, Rochester, when you finish up here in the attic, Hey, what are you doing with those old letters?
I'm putting them away.
Rochester, have you been reading my old love letters?
Oh, no, boss, not me.
Well, then put them away and straighten up this pile of books in the corner.
Okay, Blossom boy.
Oh, so you have been reading them.
Just one of them, boss. The one that signed Eloise.
Eloise. Oh, yes. Eloise Stanley. Rochester, you should have seen her. Long golden curls, big brown eyes, rosy cheeks, dimples. When she smiled, she was the silliest looking dame you ever saw. Now, come on, let's finish straightening the attic. Put that carton on top of the trunk.
Yes, sir. How about putting the... Boss, what are you looking at?
This old picture album. Most of them were taken when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Say, who's that man in this picture here? A relative?
No, he was my first violin teacher. May he rest in peace. And oh, look, here's a picture of me taken when I was 2 years old. Look at me lying there in bed, hugging that big teddy bear.
Yeah. Doggone, it's almost as big as the one you sleep with now.
Not quite. And this is my sister, Florence.
Who's that on the other page?
Oh, that's my second violin teacher. May he rest in peace. Oh, look, here's a picture of my graduating class in grammar school.
Gee, they sure are a nice-looking bunch of kids. Wait a minute, boss, I don't see you.
Well, I took the picture. See, I had a little photography business on the side. And look, here's a picture of our house in Waukegan.
It sure is a nice place. Who's the man standing out in front?
Oh, he's my third violin teacher.
Is he resting in peace?
I don't know. He ran away and joined the Foreign Legion. And Rochester, here's the picture of... Oh, that must be some of my gang. We're going to rehearse here today.
You want me to come down and take notes?
No, I think there'll be a lot of changes in the script, so I asked my secretary, Jeanette Iman, to come over. See you later. Gee, seeing all those pictures reminds me of the very first violin concert I gave before an audience of thousands of people. May they rest in peace. What memories. Coming. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
What are you giggling about, kid?
Well, this morning I went out in my yard and I caught a gopher.
Why should that make you laugh?
I got him in my shirt and he tickles.
Dennis, you got a gopher inside your shirt?
No, I just said that for a joke. Well, why didn't you laugh?
A joke?
You got no sense of humor at all.
Look.
No wonder they put your program on Sunday when people are at church.
Oh, close the door and come inside.
Oh, am I on time for rehearsal?
You're the first one here. I asked you to come a little early on purpose. I sent you your new contract, Dennis, last week. Have you signed it?
Well, no, it hasn't come back from the doctor yet.
The doctor?
My mother knows how you like to hide clauses, so she's having it x-rayed.
Oh, your mother. She's never satisfied with anything.
Oh, you're wrong about that, Mr. Benny. She liked the present I gave her this morning for her birthday.
Say, today is her birthday.
Uh-huh.
What'd you give her your mother, Dennis?
Well, something she's always wanted. So I had them made for her, a set of dishes, and every dish is shaped like an L.
Why would your mother want all her dishes L-shaped?
When she throws them at my father, in case she misses, they come back to her.
L-shaped dishes? That's the silliest thing I ever heard of.
Yeah, she hasn't missed in 20 years.
That I can believe.
Well, what did you receive on my mother's birthday, Mr. Benny?
Dennis, why should I get presents on your mother's birthday?
Oh, it's in our contract.
Oh, yes.
Gee, I don't know what to get you for Labor Day.
You'll think of something.
And we'll give them time to think of something. May 1st, 1955, Jack Benny on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of the Jack Benny program, May 1st, 1955.
Come in. Oh, hello, Miss Iman.
Hello.
Well, summer must be around the corner when my little secretary comes to rehearsal in a bare midriff.
Well, the weather's kind of warm, and this midriff dress is comfortable.
Yeah, but it must be very inconvenient.
What do you mean, inconvenient?
No place to carry a gopher.
Dennis, stop. Now, Miss Iman, you know I'm not a very strict boss, and I don't care how you dress when you're not working. But I do think those bare midriffs are a little immodest.
Immodest, but everybody out here wears them.
Not my girlfriend, Gladys. She's too modest to wear them.
Well, she's not modest. She just doesn't want to show her tattooing.
Dennis.
She has more pictures on her than Channel 2.
Now, be quiet. One little battleship and everybody makes a big thing out of it. Anyway, Miss Iman, I don't want to be dictatorial, but just because you've been working for me, for 9 years, I don't think you should take advantage of me by coming to rehearsal in a bare midriff. My last secretary was with me for 10 years and never wore a bare midriff.
But he was a man.
That's beside the point. Sometimes... Excuse me. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Mr. Kiko.
Oh, Hello, Mr. Kitzel. Hey, what can I do for you?
Nothing at all. I just called up to tell you how much I enjoyed your radio program last week.
Well, I'm glad you listened to it.
I didn't listen. I was there at the show.
Oh, that's nice. Where'd you get the tickets?
What tickets? I was nonchalantly walking down the street when all of a sudden somebody threw a sack over me, gave me a bump on the head, and the next thing I knew, somebody is whispering in my ear, "Welcome to CBS."
That's the way we get them in. Oh, I see.
And you know, when the program was over, I went back to see you, but you was already gone. But I did see that other comedian.
Which other comedian?
Edgar Bernstein.
You mean Edgar Bergen?
Yeah.
He's very funny. By the way, Mr. Kitzel, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Oh, this is because I now have a job as an extra in pictures. I already worked in 6 westerns.
In Western pictures?
Yeah. They went that way. And smile when you say that, partner.
Say, you're pretty good.
Oh, you should see me on a horse. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, can you ride?
The best. When I'm on a horse, I'm looking like Hopalong.
Cassidy?
Who, me? You know I'm working now steady in pictures, Mr. Benny, and if you ever come out to Republic Studios, please look me up.
I will.
Just ask for Tex. Everybody knows me.
Tex, where'd you ever get a name like Tex?
Well, it's natural. After all, I was born in Texas.
Mr. Kitzel, you were born in Texas?
Deep in the heart of.
Well, what do you know? I thought that... Oh, excuse me, Mr. Kitzel, I better hang up. There's someone at the door.
You're excused. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, hi, Jack. I'm not late for rehearsal, am I?
No, come on in, Don. I'm glad you brought the sportsman with you. Hi, fellas. I'm sick of that, too, already. Say, come on in, everybody. Say, Don, how come you're dressed that way?
Oh, I just came from the golf course, Jack. I played 18 holes this morning.
I didn't know you played golf.
Yeah, I just took up the game. I take lessons twice a week now.
Oh, that's not... How are you playing?
Oh, pretty good. But I'm having a lot of trouble with my tee shots.
Well, Don, hitting off the tee is one of the easiest shots in golf. You just remember one thing. Keep your eye on the ball.
That's my trouble. I know it's down there, but I'm not sure where.
Well, with you, that could be a problem, you know. What course did you play today?
Oh, I was out at your club, Jack, Hillcrest, and I was doing all right until I came to that 4th green, you know, the one that's down in a gully.
Wait a minute, Don. The 4th green isn't in a gully. It's on top of a hill.
Not anymore.
Look, Don, if you...
Come on, let's get this rehearsal over with. My gopher's getting hungry.
Dennis, you said it was a joke. Now leave it alone.
I think we ought to get started. It's getting late, Jack.
Jack? Miss Iman, you called me Jack.
What do you want me to call you, Blue Eyes?
Not during business hours. That's for night. Or drive-in movies. Now, come on, let's all go in the den and rehearse. Huh?
Boss, you can't rehearse. The scripts haven't arrived from the studio yet.
That's funny. They always send them to my house so we can... Hey, that must be the scripts now. Come in.
Hello, everybody. Long time no see.
Well, Steve. Hey, kids, this is my publicity man, Steve Bradley. Steve, what brings you around? What's up?
Benny, I'm worried. You're slipping, Dad. We got to do something about your publicity.
Publicity? Well, that's your department.
I know, and I've been working like crazy to get a good stunt to land you on the front pages. Benny, I want you to be as well known as Smog.
Smog? What's good about smog?
It's in the public eye. Oh, Benny, I'm thinking every minute.
No, bro. Look, Steve, can't you wait?
Can't wait. No time to lose. I thought this was so urgent that when I couldn't reach you by telephone, I sent a message by carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon? Well, that must have been the pigeon that landed on my windowsill.
Yeah. Didn't you see the message tied to its ankle?
Message? Rochester!
Don't look at me. You ate the legs.
See, I thought the paper on that leg was a pandy.
Now, Benny, I've been giving this serious thought. We've got to come up with something for you, something unusual, some sort of a stunt.
Now, wait a minute, Steve. Wait a minute. I don't want any more of your stunts. The last time you had an idea, you wanted me to go to Houston, climb into the Big Inch pipeline, and swim all the way to New York. What was so great about that?
I had it timed so you would crawl out the other end on Groundhog Day.
Well, I'm not doing it.
Wait a minute, Benny. Wait a minute. Hold it.
What?
Why didn't I think of this before? What an idea.
All right, what is it?
Baseball.
Huh?
Look, some years ago, Bob Hope bought himself the Cleveland Indians. Bing Crosby bought the Pittsburgh Pirates. And today, who is everybody talking about?
George Goebel.
What?
And there you are.
Oh, be quiet. Now, Steve, what are you getting at?
Benny, you've got to have a baseball team.
Well, look, Steve, I like the idea, but a baseball team is liable to run into a lot of money.
Leave it to me, Benny. I'll find you a team that won't cost you much dough.
Well, good.
I'll get you a team that's unknown, but with a proper training, in a year or two, you can sell them to somebody else and clear yourself a net profit of $1 million.
Gee, his eyes didn't pop out like that when I came in with a bare midriff.
Please, Jeanette.
Miss Iman during working hours.
Oh, yes, I forgot. All right, Steve. It sounds like a great idea. Go out and get me a baseball team.
Leave it to me, Benny. So long, everybody.
I think this baseball idea is going to work out great. It'll give me a lot of publicity.
You're right, Jack. After all, baseball's the national sport. Everybody loves it.
Don's right, Mr. Benny. You know, yesterday a bunch of my friends came over to my house and asked me to play baseball.
Oh, did you play?
Sure, but every time I hit the ball, I broke a window.
What?
I broke 7 windows.
Well, kid, maybe when you went outside, you played too close to the house.
Oh, outside!
Look, Dennis, why can't you...
Well, Jack, look, I haven't been home yet from the golf course, so let's get on with the rehearsal, will you?
Don, we can't. The scripts aren't here yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, why don't you call up CBS and see what's wrong?
All right, I will. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I know a way to save 80 cents. I'll drill a hole and I'll look through the fence. Dum-dum-dee-dum-da-dee-dum.
Oh, Mabel, what is it, Gertrude? Your outside line is flashing. You get it, will you? Okay. Columbia Broadcasting System. Oh, hello. What? Just a minute, I'll connect you. Mabel, it's Mr. Benny. I wonder what Blossom Boy wants now. He wants me to connect him with the mimeograph department because they haven't delivered his scripts yet. Scripts? Well, how do you like that? And he palms himself off as an ad-lib comedian. Yeah. He couldn't ad-lib a click if he had false teeth. Ain't it the truth? I don't care if he can ad-lib or not. I think he's cute. Now, why should you think he's cute? He's gone out with me more times than he has with you. He has not. He has to. Oh, Mabel, let's not argue. When we look like we do, we should be happy we got each other. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm expecting Mr. Benny to pop the question any day now. Pop the question? Why, Mabel, how do you know what happened? What did he say to you? But tell me all about it. Switchboard is buzzing. I won't answer till you tell me. Come on, Mabel, don't keep me in suspense. I'm getting all over goose pimples. Don't hold out on me. You've agitated my curiosity. Tell me, why?
Through the switchboard.
Huh? Okay. Due to a strike, only emergency calls will be handled. Now, Mabel, tell me what happened. What did he say to you? He didn't say anything. He just kissed me, and I felt so silly. Why? When he kisses me with those thick glasses on, I feel like I'm window shopping. Yeah. I know just what you mean. You do? Yeah. One time when he was kissing me, I saw my reflection in his glasses, and I thought my mother was watching us.
May 12th, 1955, Jack Benny. The conclusion follows these messages from your favorite station. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater. Classic Radio Theater family, you know our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by just creating the best pillow. He created the best bed sheets ever. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, because, you know, I'm working like 67 hours a day. Now, Mike's offering the best deal on his Giza Dreams bed sheets ever. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. You'll never want to sleep on anything else once you slept on a set of Giza Dream sheets. A special offer for you right now. You can get a set of Giza sheets for as low as $29.98. Call 1-800-928-4715. Use the promo code Wyatt. Or go to mypillow.com, use the promo code Wyatt. It's good on anything on the website. That number again, 1-800-928-4715. Use my promo code Wyatt. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now the conclusion of the Jack Benny program. Originally broadcast May 1st, 1955. I wonder where those scripts are.
Operator, I want the mimeograph department. What? Well, when you get them, tell them to send the scripts out to my house. Goodbye. Well, kids, there's nothing to do but wait, I guess. We won't be able to rehearse now.
Hold everything, Benny, I'm back.
Steve.
Yeah, Benny, you wanted a baseball team and Bradley didn't let you down.
Hey, that's swell.
Now, just sign this contract and the team is yours for $1,000.
Good. There you are. Now, what's the name of the team?
The BBBs.
BBBs, what's that?
Benny's Buxom Bloomer Girls.
Bloomer Girls?
Certainly, Benny, I can see it now. All over the sporting page. Pictures of Bob Hope and his Indians, Bing Crosby and his Pirates, Jack Benny and his Bloomers.
But, Steve, you can't do this to me.
Benny, see out the field.
Steve! How do you like that? A girls' team. I got a mind to...
Oh, Mr. Benny.
What?
Your slip is showing.
Imagine a girls' baseball team.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's an important message from the United States Forestry Service. Picnic time and camping time have frequently become disaster time. A lighted match or cigarette carelessly discarded, the burning embers of a campfire often start forest fires that destroy watersheds and burn millions of acres of timber that is vitally needed to build America's strength. When you're in the woods, do your part to prevent forest fires. Be sure every campfire, every match, every cigarette is out. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Thank you.
Well, Rochester, I got to rush over to the studio and do my last television show of the season.
Yes, I know. Say, boss, usually on your last show you send out tickets to all your friends.
I did this time, Rochester. Everyone I know is going to be in that audience except Mr. Scarlatti.
Mr. Scarlatti? Who's he?
My fourth violin teacher. May he rest in his straitjacket. Anyway, folks, I'll see you in a few minutes on my television show and next week again on radio.
Just under 3 million homes tuned into the Jack Benny Show, and countless numbers in automobiles. Measuring listening in cars still was not a big thing, and it was still radio's highest-rated show. However, coming up on May 22nd, 1955, the final Jack Benny radio program, regular radio program. They did do a Christmas special in 1956, sponsored by 3M. What's amazing is they signed off the show indicating they'd be on for another season. It wasn't until weeks later that the American Tobacco Company decided they did not want to continue sponsoring the radio show. They felt all the luster was on television. And so the Jack Benny program faded into the ether, not with a bang, but with a whimper. It really was sad. And we'll hear that show in a couple of weeks. From May 1st, 1955, Jack Benny here on Classic Radio Theater with me, Wyatt Cox.
If you're of teenage or up, a loyal American, male or female, your country needs you in the Civilian Ground Observer Corps. You've heard the radio broadcasts, seen the television pictures. You know the facts. You know what a single H-bomb dropped in any metropolitan area could do. And today's long-range bombers have made intercontinental war possible. Enemy planes based on the other side of the world could reach the United States in a matter of hours. Radar can help detect them, but there are dangerous gaps through which low-flying planes can penetrate without detection. To fill out our detection system, civilian personnel is needed, particularly along the east and west coasts and in the northern states. Sky watching is not a game, it's a necessary precaution. The Ground Observer Corps is now operating on a 24-hour-a-day basis and needs at least 200,000 volunteers to contribute a few hours of their spare time to this vital work. Will you volunteer? Get in touch with your local Civilian Defense Center at once.
And now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, thanks to our friend Ted at RadioMemories.com for another episode of Lum and Abner. This episode, fully digitally restored, was originally broadcast on May 1st, 1953.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog is Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner. Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog is Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
Well, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge.
Howdy, folks. This is Dick Huddleston. Well, sir, the other day, Lum and Abner sold Cedric a little strip of ground in front of the Jot 'em Down store so that he could qualify as a property owner to get a library card. Well, now he's taken up residence on it to prove his ownership. Let's go over to the store and see what Lum's going to do about this. But be quiet because Lum's talking on the phone right now.
Yes, Mom. 2 pounds of beans, can of tomatoes. Oh, and what else now? All right, Miss Blevins. Well, no, Abner's out making the delivers right now, but we'll get your order over there later on today. Yes, Mom. Oh, by the way, how about a nice book from our library? Love Twixt Golden Strands is in right now. The widow Abernathy's done with it. Oh, well, if she's told you the plot of it, no use reading it. Well, all right, Miss Blevins. Mom? No, that tent ain't got nothing to do with the store or the library, neither one. Belongs to Cedric Weehunt.
Say, Lum. Oh, excuse me. Didn't see you was on the phone.
I don't know. Better ask him. Yeah, all right. Goodbye.
Doggies, Lum, everybody's sure curious about that tent Cedric's put up out there in front.
I know it. About everybody that calls up here asks about it. Miss Blevins wanted to know if it was some kind of an advertising scheme we was getting up.
Well, it sure is attracting a lot of folks over here.
Yeah, but they ain't coming inside the store. They just stand out there and gawk at it.
Yeah.
And it's a disgrace having that thing out there, too. Takes all the class out of our library.
It does, huh?
Oh, it's bound to. Ain't even a good tent. All patched up. We just got to get him to take that thing away from her.
Yeah, but how, Lum? He owns that little strip of ground out there. We sold it to him ourselves so that he could be eligible to get a library card.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go out of your way to help somebody. Leastways, somebody like him. Uh-oh, here he comes again to borrow something.
Borrow something? What?
I don't know yet, but it'll be something. Just watch and see.
All right. Well, howdy, Cedric.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Abner. Say, Mr. Lum, can I borrow a cup of sugar?
Sugar?
No, you can't, Cedric. That stuff's too expensive to be lending. Well, I just need a little bit for my coffee.
No, Lum's right, Cedric. Sugar's too expensive. You better just drink your coffee without no sugar.
Yes, well, then can I borrow some coffee?
Doggies, ain't you got no coffee neither?
No, Mom. It's going to be hard to drink coffee without sugar if I ain't got no coffee.
Huh?
Cedric, you better just run along back to your tent and stop bothering us. Yes, Mom.
Doggies, Lum, now you oughtn't to be so sharp with him. He's just a boy.
I know, but I have to be sharp with him. He's been doing that all morning long. Every 5 minutes he's been sticking his head in here wanting to borrow something. A pillar, my rocking chair, comic books, candy.
Candy?
Yeah.
How does he figure he can borrow candy? He's supposed to buy that. This is a store.
Yeah, but he thinks just 'cause he's a neighbor of ours now, he can run in here and borrow things.
Well.
Says his mama does that with her neighbors.
Well, I do know. That boy.
He's been driving me crazy, I know that.
Now, how's he going to cook any coffee? He ain't got no stove out there in his tent. Or at least ways I hope he ain't.
I don't know what he's got out there. Just wish I knowed some way of getting shut of him.
Well, Lum, why don't we just go out there and tell him to take his dad-blamed tent and go on home?
He won't go. Besides, he's got a legal right to be there.
Yeah, I know that.
According to the law, he owns it. And so I reckon he can do anything he wants with it.
Hey, I know what let's do. Let's just buy that piece of land back from him.
I tried that. But he wants to hang on to it so as he can keep his library card. Says he has to be a homeowner.
Well, offer him more than he paid for it.
I tried that, too. Fact is, I went as high as $15. But he won't sell at no price.
He won't, huh? Well, just looks like they ain't no what. Oh, wait just a minute. Here he comes back again. Reckon what he wants this time.
No telling. Hey, Mr. Lum, or Mr. Abner, can I borrow some ketchup?
No, you can't, Cedric.
Well, then can I borrow 2 plates? Paper plates.
2 paper plates? What do you need 2 for?
Oh, I'm having a friend in for lunch.
A friend?
Yes, Mom, it's Mr. Grandpap. He brung his camp stool and a can of beans and some weenies. Can I borrow them paper plates? No, you can't, Cedric. Now leave us alone. Don't stick your head in our door no more. Yes, Mom.
Doggy, I figured old Grandpap start hanging around that tent sooner or later. There ain't no one thing that Grandpappy Spears likes better than to make himself think he's out camping.
Yeah, Grandpap ought to be ashamed of himself. Growed up adult of a man his age, sitting out there on a little camp stool eating lunch. Plumb disgusting.
It sure is. Did he say they was going to have baked beans and weenies?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Doggies, does sound good, don't it? Love them weenies.
Not particular. Special when you got to eat 'em cold like they'll have to. We just got to get shut of that blamed tent out there. That's all they are to it.
Well, maybe we just take a couple of sticks of dynamite some night.
No, we can't do that. Wait, no, we just can't do that.
Well, let's see. Maybe we could just come down here. Wait a minute. There comes Grandpap now. Must be giving up the idea of eating out there.
I hope so. He ought to had better sense than that anyway.
Yeah, come on in, Grandpap. Getting sick of camping out already?
No, I just wondered if you fellers loan your neighbors a couple of paper plates.
No, we won't. Now, Cedric sent you in here to say that, didn't he?
No, this was my own idea. But I heard how you been treating Cedric. Don't sound very neighborly, Abner.
Oh, prattle.
Well, if you're going to be stingy with your paper plates, maybe you'll let me borrow a can opener.
We'll sell you one.
Never mind. I'll run over to Dick Huddleston's store and get one over there. Borrow one from a neighborly feller.
Yeah. Doggies, you're right, Lum. We got to get shut of them.
Well, I ain't going to worry about it no more. Leastways, not right now. I got a lot of library work to do.
What library work? We ain't got no library customers in here. They're all out there gawking at the tin.
Well, I thought we ought to sort of classify the books we got, not just set them on the shelves at ransom.
What do you mean, classifying?
Well, put all the history books together and the scientific books together and the friction on a shelf by itself.
Friction?
Yeah, like Lorna Doone and Love Twixt Golden Strands and all them.
Thought them was love novels.
Well, same thing.
Oh.
We can group the last of the Mohicans with that other Indian book at Aerosmith.
Yeah, that'd make a nice group. Now, what about Black Beauty? Now, that's about a horse.
Yeah, let's see. I don't believe we got any other horse books. Maybe we can lump it in with Tarzan of the Apes.
Yep. Lump it in.
Keep the animal books together that way.
It's a good idea. We can lump that dog book in there with them, too.
What dog book?
That, Bulldog Drummond.
Oh, yeah, sure. I believe we're beginning to get the hang of this library work now, Abner.
How good.
I might have been a librarian at heart all my life and just never had the opportunities to find it out before.
Now, what about Gilbert the Boy Trapper? Where are we going to lump that in?
Oh, I reckon that ought to go in with the books on outdoor sports. But that's the only book we got on outdoor sports.
Well, now we got that one on baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah, foreign baseball, not this country. I never have read it myself. I don't know how good it is.
I don't recollect no book we got on baseball.
Well, it's sitting right over there on that shelf right there, that great big one, Lum. See there? The Fall and Decline of the Roman Empire.
Yeah, that's right. Or wait, that says empire, not umpire.
Yeah, maybe they got it spelt wrong. They more likely have trouble spelling our words over there in Roman.
I don't know. I think that means empire. I doubt if anybody write a book that big about an umpire. Sometime we ought to read all these books so we know exactly what we got here, you know it?
Yeah, well, quick as I get a free afternoon, I'll do it. Fact is, I might just start. Doggies, Lum, you smell something good. Like a barbecue. Well, don't go on points. You look like a hound dog there hitting a fresh trail.
Granny, I can smell that, too.
How near lunchtime's it getting to be anyway?
Well, wait a minute. No wonder. Look out in front there. Cedric and Grandpap's got a big bonfire going there, roasting weenies.
Well, I'll be a polka-dotted possum.
Right smack in front of the store, too. Thought he'd have to wear a smoke helmet to get through that to our door. They're going to keep all our trade away.
Well, now, can they do that, Lum? Ain't that illegal or something?
I don't know if it's illegal or not, but you run out there and tell them to put that fire out right this minute.
I'll do it. Sure smells good, though, don't it?
Hurry up now. Get out there.
I'm getting...
Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. L. Eddard's head librarian talking. Oh, yes, Miss Pomeroy. Love Twixt Golden Strands? Well, let's see now. Yes, it's in, but I believe I promised that to Miss Blevins. Now, wait a minute. I'm wrong. She decided not to take it because the widder Abernathy had done told her the whole plot. Well, I reckon you could have her tell it to you, too, but I believe you'd enjoy it more if you got it direct from the book. Besides, you can't believe half the things the widder tells you. You know that yourself. All right, I'll preserve it for you. Just a minute, Miss Pomeroy. Abner, I thought I told you to go out and tell them fellers to put out that fire.
I've been out there already.
Well, the fire's still going.
I know it. I'll take care of this as quick as I find something here.
Find what?
Oh, nothing. Just some old paper plates.
Paper plates?
Yeah, all I need is 3. Yeah, here they are.
Hello, Miss Pomeroy. Was there anything else now? All right, fine. Goodbye. Just a minute, Abner. Just a minute there. How many plates you got there?
I just taken 3, honest.
Well, better make that 4. And find that old sign we used to have.
What old sign?
The one that says, out to lunch. Granny's, that smells good.
Oh, distractifying the boys. May 1st, 1953, Lum and Abner, courtesy of our friend Ted at RadioMemories.com. He supplies shows on cassette, CD, or flash drive for your computer. It's getting very difficult. Those of you who like your shows on cassette, it's getting very difficult to find them, but Ted can do them for you. RadioMemories.com. RadioMemories.com.
Are you able to brush your own teeth? Not everyone can. Not a man whose arms have been crippled by polio. There are thousands of disabled polio survivors who must depend on someone else to help them perform the simplest, most personal acts. With your help, many polio victims can learn how to be independent. Right now, there are 100,000 survivors of crippling polio who need help. They need your dimes and dollars to pay for expensive care and equipment. Your contributions will provide trained hands to teach a polio survivor how to live with his disability. Thanks to you, a polio-scarred life will once again seem worth living. Remember, your generosity is the one hope of thousands for whom Salk vaccine came too late. Join the 1958 March of Dimes. Won't you right now send your dimes and dollars to your local March of Dimes headquarters?
Visit our webpage, classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. Stream our shows on demand. Learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me, find our social media links there, and you can also buy me a coffee. The Buy Me a Coffee money helps us maintain our distribution channels and acquire additional classic radio collections. That's at classicradio.stream. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Oh, by the way, you can find a list of podcast sites there, too, that have our shows available. Thank you for tuning in. Thank this station. Support their advertisers. Tell your friends the great radio shows are right here, this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.